Alright guys, so it's my last day of summer break. I go to school tomorrow, unfortunately. So I'm gonna go see that new Dora movie in Dolby, so let's go on. Alright guys, so I just saw Dora and the Lost City of Gold in Dolby, and my last movie of the summer break, and I really kind of don't regret that because I think Dora was one of those movies that really surprised me this summer. Like most movies based off of cartoons or TV shows, sometimes they just forget where they came from or the roots of the TV show, and they're just their own thing. And unlike those movies, Dora knows what it is. It knows the history of the TV show. It knows what it really is, and it kind of brings it into this movie. And sometimes it could be like really silly, but sometimes it could actually be really entertaining and really fun. So we'll talk more about the actual movie itself once I get home. Right now, I'm just walking around the movie theater's hallway, but we'll talk about that and the Dolby experience because it was a really fun one. So yeah, let's go home and let's review this thing. Alright guys, so I saw Dora and the Lost City of Gold, and growing up, I'm not gonna lie, I used to watch Dora, and especially the Go Diego Go spinoff. I have a DVD of Go Diego Go somewhere. Diego was one of my favorite cartoon characters when I was a little kid. So and then when I heard that this movie was like in development, I didn't know how to feel because simply we didn't need a Dora live action movie. But watching the movie, I really see why they made it, and like I said, this movie holds a lot of the spirit, a lot of the essence that the cartoon had. And of course, a lot of people, a lot of older people are gonna have like trouble kind of comprehending that because they probably never seen an episode of Dora. But as someone who did when he was a kid, I used to watch Dora when I was a kid. Going back to like remembering like how those episodes went, that's how this movie went, except just add a little spin of the Goonies and Indiana Jones into it, and that's Dora and the Lost City of Gold. The movie really brings the spirit of the TV show, and it brings it all here. And again, it's something that I think that some people who never watched a TV show in their life are gonna have trouble understanding. But again, as someone who watched it as a kid, I really see where the filmmakers were coming from, trying to like put all these like heartwarming and educational moments in the movie. And I was just surprised by how much like heart this movie overall just had. Like how, yeah, the movie was silly, it was kind of dumb sometimes, but the movie overall has like its smart moments, and its moments that it's not going to make you like regret taking your kids to watch this movie, because I got a feeling that a lot of you guys are thinking like this is like a dumb kids movie and it's just going to make kids dumber, but it's not. It's actually completely harmless, and if anything, it's probably going to also, like the TV show, kind of educate the children, because the movie has nice messages wrapped with another message within the movie just is full with a lot of messages, and a lot of messages that a lot of kids are going to hold to heart. And the movie just does a really good job at portraying those messages, like the message of being yourself, not changing for anyone, or the message of teamwork, which is obviously a message that's kind of like overdone now with several movies. This movie just has so many messages that I think that kids could definitely learn from. And the movie has some really smart writing and some funny jokes in this movie. Of course, there are scenes in the very beginning of the movie where, just like in a TV show, Dora's trying to break the fourth wall and talk to the audience, and I found that to be actually a really smart moment, and I found it to be really smart that they were actually acknowledging that in this movie. And the movie like starts off like a regular episode of Dora with like the Dora theme song like in the background, and little Dora and little Diego and the cub and the talking map and talking backpack, and it just kind of starts off like that, and then you kind of already know like what type of movie it's gonna be. And Isabella Moner, she did a really great job as Dora. She always does a great job in anything she's in, but I really think that she really like sold her soul to like this role, and she really got into it. And I think it's what made it even better, the fact that she was really into this role. And the guy who plays Diego, he does a pretty good job as well. I feel like most of the performances in this movie are actually quite fine, especially for like the type of movie that it is. They're really cheesy, kind of corny, but they do a really good job. And Benicio del Toro voices Swiper in this movie, which is a casting decision that I would have never in my life would have thought of. And Danny Trejo plays or voices Boots, and again, it's nothing that I would have like ever casted, but it was a good move. It was both of their voice acting, like Benicio del Toro really fits Swiper, and I never really thought I would ever say that, but he kind of really fits his character. Danny Trejo, not much for Boots. He doesn't really fit Boots, but that moment where you do hear his voice, it's actually kind of funny, and I just loved it. Really, like the movie has like it goes on a really fun adventure, and the movie like never lacks energy. The movie just has this constant flow of energy, and it just like never really gets boring, to be honest. Now the movie does have some silly moments. The movie does have like a few like poop jokes and whatnot, like that toilet humor that kind of gets old. They only do that like once or twice in this movie. And the movie does have overall some other dumb jokes all around, but most of that is like for the kids, but there are some other jokes that is more aimed for the adults at times. Like there's a scene where basically Diego and Dora get high off these like pink trees, and then they turn into the animated version of themselves. Like there's this animated sequence where Dora and Diego and Eugenio Derbez, they're like kind of like tripping, and they're just like the cartoon versions of themselves, which I thought was probably my favorite scene in the movie. And it's just moments like that really like that I just really made me like admire what this movie was going for. Like the movie wasn't going for anything serious. If anything, it was just trying to do what a ordinary episode of Dora would do, but just add again that Goonies or that Indiana Jones angle, that adventure angle to it, which really works well. Although I will say the movie is predictable. You know where the movie's gonna go. I predicted the twist of this movie from the trailer, which kind of sucks. They just like don't do like a good job like covering it up, but it was kind of obvious from the trailer. If you've seen the movie, you know what twist I'm talking about. And the movie is predictable, silly, and cliche, but the movie is smart and knows what it is. It's like the movie's just proud to be a Dora movie. And it's honestly something that I really enjoyed about this movie. Like, it knows what it is. And in my opinion, those could possibly be the best type of movies. The movies that really know what they are. The movies that are aiming for a specific goal, and by the end of the movie, they absolutely achieve that goal. The movie, it's really smartly written as well. So there's that, and I was just surprised by this movie. I'm surprised that this movie surpassed all my expectations. So with that being said, Dora and the Lost City of Gold is worth going to in a matinee, and I'm going to give Dora and the Lost City of Gold a B. And I did see this one in Dolby Cinema, and surprisingly, this is one of the better Dolby Cinema experiences I've ever had. The movie looks beautiful with Dolby Vision 4K projection. A lot of contrast, a lot of HDR that really pops out. It just looks beautiful. Like the scenes in the forest are obviously the highlights, and that animated sequence on Dolby Vision 4K looks fantastic. And the Dolby Atmos is used very well. Like, the object-based 3D space is really taken advantage of when they're in space. Like you just hear like different noises from everywhere. There's a scene where Boots is like going on top of the characters and then you could just hear him like crawling like from top view because of those overhead speakers. So honestly, I would I would definitely buy this movie on 4K, to be honest with you, just because of how nice this movie looks on 4K and because of the Dolby Atmos. So it was a worthy experience in my opinion. But yeah, have you guys seen Dora: The Lost City of Gold? If you guys haven't seen it, I would highly recommend it. I think it's probably like the best family movie out there right now. But yeah, go see this movie, support it, have fun, and I'll see you guys later for the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.